Well, here's a couple of quadratic function equations to solve. This first one, if you want to solve this equation, usually you factor something, like the normal AC factoring or whatever. But if this only has two terms, then what I would do is just look for a common factor. So for these, the common factor would be m. So if I take an m out, I'd be left with 8m plus 7 equals 0. And then I have two things that multiply together to give 0. So either m is 0, so that's one of my answers, or 8m plus 7 is equal to 0. To solve that, I'll move the 7 to the other side and subtract, and then divide both sides by 8. So I'd have two answers to that equation. The other question is this one here, and I think they might be looking for x-intercepts. To find the x-intercepts, you let y, or f of x, is equal to 0, and then you solve this equation. Now, the negative out front there, it does tell me that the parabola is upside down, but just having a negative there doesn't really impact where the x-intercepts are. But it sort of does, because what you need to do if you're going to factor this is you'd first factor negative out, and then that would leave you with a positive x squared, a minus 7x, and a plus 12. Okay, so that changes all the signs in there. Then I go ahead and I forget about the negative, and I just factor what's inside. So two things that multiply to a positive 12 and add to a negative 7, I think are negative 3 and negative 4. So now I've got things that multiply together to give 0, so either x minus 3 is 0, or x minus 4 is 0. Notice that I disregarded that negative sign out front there. I just have to look at that factor and that factor. So in this case, x is equals to positive 3, and this one, x is a positive 4. Okay, hopefully that helps you with those two quadratic questions.